Indeed, as you have heard the governor there say, it is not well with Nigeria and it is not well with Nigerians. Now, to set the ball rolling this evening, as we have said, there is one quote said by my good friend and brother, Dele Momodu, where he said, "It is sad that we have become a nation that discusses cow rather than discuss serious issues." That's how, and that's where we have found ourselves in as it is today. Now, to set the ball rolling, I will be bringing in my brother from the Midwest, as he always wants me to say. Can I have I would have the privilege to bring in Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki. I would ask that Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, I think you came in with the, if you can on your camera on, if you can turn your camera on, and please unmute and take the floor.
I want to thank, first of all, Mazi Ezioke for this very important conference, to convoke this conference. For me, everything points to the fact that we all have a problem. Who we tell Mr. President? Nigeria is like a race on his knees. And I truly believe that as things so stand, particularly as it pertains to my people, the Midwestern people of Nigeria, the Edo and Delta peoples of Nigeria, the only legitimately created region of this country, whether we like it or not, it may not be nice to say, that every indication that the nation is a nation is a lie. Like Awolowo once told us, Nigeria is a mere geographic expression. As Ahmadu Bello once told us, God did not create Nigeria, the British did. And as it is, who will tell the president that the house that was built on a pack of cards is crumbled? I don't want to be nice. I like being Nigerian. It gives you a very great feeling. But all the indices point to a very crazy dynamo, that Nigeria is dead. It's just a conflagration, a contraption, badly skewed and badly cobbled together, a mixture and not a compound, a country and not a nation. And it is beholding on all of us gathered here to begin to think about the strategic imperatives that will be required to save our people. When an Igbo man says Ndebai, he's not thinking about the man in Karanamuda. He's thinking about the man in Isikwato, in Nimo, in Imbitoli Kedro. So when a Bini man says Ibiewe, he's thinking about people from Edo and Delta. And that is the truth. Nothing in the last few years, particularly, seems to aid the continued existence of Nigeria. Not to say that is to be a little economical with the truth. Nigeria is an anomaly. Nigeria is the whim and caprice of a man who sat behind the sanctuary of his locked door and legislated away the freedoms of our people. Nigeria has to be looked into properly, and all the federating units must be made to sit down and decide their continued marriage, this forced marriage. Either we divorce or we agree. But for us to continue to operate the 1999 Constitution, which was premised ab initio in the first page on a lie, we the people is a lie. I just remember the declaration in the United Nations of December the 7th. And then the one that was put together, I think it was led by the Lower Niger Congress of December the 16th. We have to let the world know that our collective peoples are a people under serious decimation. Particularly now, the news coming out is about Edo State. We are the access to the sea, and we are a motley of 12 ethnic minorities, nations that were in 1914 willed away and wished away. And we don't want that to continue. The headsman problem now had moved from Mr. Governor of Benue State, Mr. Tom. All those that have been driven away from Benue, they just cross into Lokoja and head towards our places. So the roads between Edo and Delta State have become valleys of death. And we are not mincing words about it. We shall defend our people. We are first a people within our people before we are Nigerians. I'm an Edo man, I'm a Bendelite, and then I'm a Nigerian. It's like saying I am Scottish, then I'm British. I cannot be Nigerian in vacuum. I am not a Nigerian I'm a Nigerian by accident, but I'm not an Edo man by accident. So we believe, when I saw the paper, the title of the conference, I said, this is good, but it is beyond the headsmen. The headsmen are actually repercussive of an endearing system that is built on crazy fault lines. And unless those fault lines are addressed, what we will just be doing is playing Russian roulette with a problem that will continue, albeit unabated. And that, I think, will be the nadir for this country. I don't know how long I will speak, but I can speak forever. It is important that all of us begin to confederate outside the Nigerian Federation as it is so presently constituted, and make sure that there is a dismantling of that faulty federation and decide on the proper paradigm as is found everywhere in a normal federation on planet Earth. And then we can sit on the table just like our forefathers sat in 1958, in 1959, prior to the 1960 Constitution and the 1963 Constitution, and decide on what paradigms, on how will we federate. There should be a stop to the molestation of the Igbo. There must be a stop to the decimation of the backyards of the Yorubas. And there must be a stop, whether they like it or not, to the serial raping and murder of our people in Edo and Delta. And that is the truth. The Middle Belt will now serve as a buffer so that they will know that it less than, I keep hearing 10% Fulani, 10%. They are not 10%. Please go back to the 2006 census. They are less than 6.35%. If you are able to separate the Fulani from the Hausas. Now they no longer mention Hausa Fulani. They say Fulani because the Hausas, ab initio, are their selves. They are their slaves. The Edo man, the Urobo man, the Isoko man, the Izo man, the Esako man, we are not slaves to anybody. We are bona fide indigenous persons who inhabit our space. The Ijo man is not a slave to anybody. They are the traditional owners of their space. And taking into consideration one of the last acts that was done by Kofi Annan before he left, may he so rest in peace. And I think I can see Tony Nandi here, somewhere here. And that is what we must look at. Nigerians must educate ourselves so that we know where the loopholes are in this constitution, take it down, and then put in place a proper engaging paradigm that will help us move forward this nation, if indeed we want a nation. Outside of that, we are just marking time. You know, as the Yoruba say, it is when the wind blows that we see the anus of the fowl. Right now, the Nigerian fowl is a featherless bomb. And that is the truth. And to continue to want to engage, find ways, placate, and it will not work. The Yoruba persons know they are historical victims, right from the days of Afonja and the invasion of Alimi in Ilori, of this. And we will not, as a people, we are sending this one to everybody. We are small, but Biniman say, don't underrate the potency of the alligator pepper. And that is the truth. The people of Edo and Delta, the larger persons of the Niger Delta, all of us, we are ready, as it is now, to save first our people before we begin to talk about other, let me use this very funny word, cross-border handshakes with any of those other persons who inhabit the Nigerian country. It is not a nation. A nation never dies. Nigeria never attained nationhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki. You know, summarizing what you've just said, it's very simple that in your view, in order for us to make progress, we must dismantle the faulty federation, you know, vis-a-vis taking the structure down.
Yes.
You know, again, the reason why we converged here is because everyone is running helter-skelter. You know, it's like we are in a rat hole where the fire's just coming, all the rats are trying to escape. And in escaping, we must make sense out of the senselessness that we see happening in Nigeria today. Hence, the convergence of intellectuals to look into this issue of killer headsmen. What do we think, apart from the things we have been reading? What are the things that, you know, that led to this crisis and the solution? You have profiled your solution. I understand.